Testing. Okay, we're good to go. Today is a Tuesday, November 29th, 2016. This is your daily Forex trading strategy session. Oh, look at that. No video. Let me remedy. Ooh, video mode. Change browser, so this one doesn't have the video, huh? All right, well, I'll use an avatar. How about this one? Fireside chat kind of picture, right? Without further ado, it's Tuesday. It's a good day to trade Forex. Let's play the happy music.
Life is grand, life is great, life is good, life is beautiful. You gotta give it all you got, everything you got to give. Time to shine, time to live. Life is grand, life is great, life is good, life is beautiful. Now you're living out your dream with your hopes up high. Your only limit is the sky.
So, welcome to Forex.Today. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please always stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne McDonell. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. We love you. We love you. And we want you to fall in love with us. We're going to earn this respect and admiration from you with world-class customer service, competitive spreads, super fast execution, and then, of course, ongoing training and support from me. I do these sessions every single morning, 7:30 a.m. Monday through Thursday here at Forex.Today. And every Friday we're at FX Street, where I am Forex Speaker of the Year. And, of course, about 800 of my closest trading colleagues are going to hang out this Friday for Trade Non-Farm Payrolls Live, number 100 and where are we, about 127 months, 128 months? I think we're up there. I don't know where we are. Everybody know? Anyways, 120 something months is good. Yeah, well, can we confirm again that there's sound? Yeah, I think it's telling me you can hear me. Bong says he can't. Yeah, all right. Cool. So anyways, yeah, I'll see you at Trade Non-Farm Payrolls Live 120 something. Okay. Let's go to news. Let's go to calendar. Let's do today. Get out the ZV. Out the 9. All right. Bum, 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 bum. So, did you pay attention to Pelosi yesterday? I guess I can't do yesterday. Yeah, apparently everything's cool in Canada. It always reminds me of the saying, do you know how you can tell that a central banker is lying? Their lips are moving. Amazing. Everything in Canada is good. Yeah, Canadian dollar gets strong, strong, strong. And they're like, oh yeah, but OPEC's not going to do a deal. There it goes, right? So I don't know. Like I said, stick to your guns. If you're a professional trader, you know the difference between XAU and fool's gold. Anyways, going back to this Wheeler, everything in New Zealand's great. Financial stability report. I haven't had a chance to read these things, but you can look at the pound and it's strong. I guess they're stable. They want to put tolls on the highways here to support the metro system. The metro folks just got, hear this, 185 6 days. That's funny, huh? Wait for it. 180. Yeah, but you know what? That's not a lot considering there must be thousands of employees. That's less than one sick day each. Yeah, Callahan. I guess I've aged over all these years, huh? Per person per year. It's just ridiculous. What country do you live in, Fred? What part of Venezuela are you from? Oh, you're French. Fred the Frenchman. Canada, eh? No. Wow. But that's even stupid for a Canadian, right? They're like, whoa, dude. I think it's weird, like in America, it's weird that if you actually take a vacation, they're like, well, what's wrong? No. I'm just going on a cruise with my wife. Why? Well, I have 9 years of vacation days saved up. So, how dare you take time off? What's wrong with you? So yeah, wow, that's amazing. So it's the toll workers. I gotta tell somebody that. That's great. How many vacation days do you get? 185. Wow, that's cool. All right, so blah 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 blah. Some Euro news. Great. And some GDP. Whoop 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 whoop. Big numbers. They're expecting big numbers. Man, it's just the end of the year. Okay, lots of things go into this, as you know. PCE, personal consumption and expenditures, is a subcomponent of GDP and is also being released because you can just pull it out of GDP. All of this is good. How much, as a, one thing that GDP will tell you if you look at the actual spreadsheet is how much do people earn, how much do people save, how much do people spend. It's important, isn't it? Canada current account, fine. Case Schiller, always interesting. Not as important as it used to be. Even Schiller doesn't really care. And he won a Nobel Prize, but he's from Yale, so nobody cares. And then USD consumer confidence. Once again, I don't care what people's opinions are. I don't care if they feel confident. I only care if they spend money. So I'll look at core PCE over consumer confidence any day of the week. And then the Kiwi news this evening, I guess, depending on where you live in the world. But for me, it's the evening. And that's good. There's another opportunity to download something and be a little smarter than all the amateurs around. Imagine you're in a room. Let's say you went to a Forex conference in Vegas. Okay, and imagine I'm up on stage. Very often there's several hundred people down there. And I said, all right, well, how many people here want to be a professional Forex trader, either trading their own money for huge profits or trading other people's money for huge profits? But this is the thing that you want to do. Right? And everyone raises their hand. Oh, me. And I'm like, all right, how many people downloaded the RBNZ Financial Stability Report? And you just know every hand in the room will drop. I'm like, oh, you want to be a professional, but you don't want to do the work. Right? But what if it was you? You're like, me, I did right here, right? And I'm like, whoa. And you have an opinion on the New Zealand dollar? Oh, boy, don't even get me started. Right? And then You say, well, first of all, Wheeler said this and Wheeler said that, and this is what the committee is thinking about, and here's what they want to do, here's their concerns, blah, 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 blah. And I said, wow, dude, seriously. Right? That's hot. Like, what was her name? Paris Hilton would say, that's hot. Dude, that's hot. So, do you guys want that to be you? Hot. That's hot. Effective. Right? Yeah. Well, then good, right? So, like I always say, just do it so that you're the one person in the room that makes everyone else feel bad because you're so awesome. And then the government will have to step in. It's not fair to lazy, stupid people that you're so awesome. It's not fair. How do you think that makes the lazy, stupid people feel? That's just not cool, dude. Yeah. Oh, what are your thoughts on OPEC? Well, I've done that a lot recently, and FOMC due to the impact. Oh, I see what you're saying. So OPEC meaning no deal, low oil prices. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. If oil stays low, it's a low inflationary environment. So let's play around with it. There's another part of this. What if people realize that even if Trump could spend $1 trillion and could get it through Congress and through the Senate, and could actually get it spent on stuff, because usually that takes a while, right? Um, I mean, I don't know, like when does all this inflation kick in, right? So I think realistically, a lot, people expect the Fed to raise interest rates twice next year, and I'm cool with that. But there's a lot of supposing in that. And they're supposing that inflation's going to kick in. Why? Oh, well, Trump said he would spend $1 trillion. But it's amazing how simple people are, right? Okay, great. But if you can't spend it, or if it takes a while to spend it, it's not going to create inflation. And with oil prices low, it's not going to create inflation. It's right. That's a deflationary thing. If oil prices are low, that can't be inflationary. Okay. No, Nick, I was explaining to people a couple of weeks ago about how when I was much younger, uh, I got my first office in the downtown of a major city and all this kind of stuff. I was becoming the businessman I wanted to be. And for some reason, I always thought of smoking a cigar is what successful businessmen did. So I got into cigars as a young man. It was kind of cool, right? Got, you know, got my first office. I'm wearing suits. I'm working all day and all night. And then all of a sudden, there was a cigar boom, and every idiot on the planet wanted to smoke a cigar. So I stopped. I'm like, I don't want to be part of this vulgar, common bourgeois nonsense, right? So I stopped smoking cigars simply because everyone was smoking cigars. So it's sort of like now everyone wants to trade Mexican peso. The other story I gave the other day was when a shoeshine boy gives you stock advice, investment advice. You should sell everything you own and move to bonds. So it's kind of like that. Like now my neighbor wants to come over and talk Mexican peso. I'm like, oh my God. Right? I mean, it's laughable, but it's nice like when a friend does it because, he just simply wants to identify with what I do and share and open a conversation. That's cool. But it's that amazing to me. Like, wow, every dog on the street wants to talk Mexican peso. Yeah, I'm not interested. Where were you 4 or 5 or 6 years ago, right? No, no, I didn't say that either, Nick. See, Nick, you gotta think like methodically, right? I buy the Mexican peso when I know for a fact 2.3 or 2.4 or 2.5 billion dollars is about to roll over the border. I will front run it. Done. right? That's it. What about the Trump effect? What about this effect? What about not interested? That's not right. I want the easy money. Right? The rest is just degenerate gambling. Okay. Cool. So, anyways, we got a reasonable amount of news here going on. OPEC's it actually starts tomorrow, doesn't it? I guess for there that's tomorrow, but so that's kind of what's capturing our brain. But I talked all about that extensively yesterday. Got some big winners here. USD yen up 1%. Pound yen up 1.36%. Kiwi yen up 1.24%. Pound to Aussie. Somebody wanted to trade pound Aussie the other day. Oh, you know who it was? I think it was yeah, Daniel, right? Yeah, was that the one you set up, Daniel? The D man? Well, tell me you were long. Sweet, nice. Yeah, good job. And it's good because pound CAD's only up 0.78%. So you picked a winner, chicken dinner. Good for you. Look, Euro Oz has hardly moved, so definitely a winner there. Pound dollar only up 0.5%, so dollar strong and pound strong, but pound is stronger than dollar. If dollar is still fairly strong, gold should be weak, which it is. Sweet, everything's working, everything's right in the world, huh? So like USD yen up just under 1%. Euro yen only up 0.65%. So we know dollar's stronger than euro. CAD only up 0.59%. So we know CAD is weaker than euro. Pound yen is up 1.35. So we know pound is stronger than US dollar, euro, and CAD. Aussie yen only up 0.45. So CAD is stronger than Aussie. Euro is stronger than Aussie. USD is stronger than Aussie. Pound is stronger than Aussie. See? This is called relative strength. Okay? Aussie versus CAD. CAD is 0.14% stronger than Aussie. Right? Now it's even definitive. Look at CAD Swissy, neutral. So if you have your life savings long CAD Swissy, you're sweating bullets. Please go up, please. Right? Hey, man, it's your life fortune. Where do you get that damn meter? Says the P-dub. Yeah, I got it on MT4. You just you go on the thingamabobber, whatever you call that thingamabobber, and you click on the tab, and you have millions of things you can download for free. She told me in the morning she don't feel the same about us in her bones. All right. So somebody says oil's not going up, and even if it does go up, it's going to come down. Love the support and resistance here, don't you? And of course the psych level 48. So these are all pretty straightforward setups if that's what you want to do. But selling at 48 and cashing out at 46, $2 is good money. P dibble double D. Nicely established range. Look at this old target. That's nice. Boy, did it hit target and then slingshot way up. Amazing. So that's oil. Huh? So what you do is you trade kitty cat. Okay. So we have this downward move. This is the 1 hour. It's sloping downward. And if you remember, we were talking, I don't remember the context. I do remember one of them if it breaks out, right? Or if it breaks down. I don't remember the context of that though. Right, here we are. La 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 la. So if oil goes up, this pair moves down. Okay. Like I said, my guess is that they make some sort of deal, even if it's never truly workable in the real world, and then they cheat each other. Not because they're bad, it's just that's how cartels work. But the flip side of that is I think an actual deal is impossible. So maybe they don't actually even fake it. Right? So there's an incentive. Cartels are incentivized to cheat each other, right? But in this particular case, they also just need the market to go up. Like any means possible, right? If it pops up $5 or $6 a barrel and you sell 1 million barrels a day, I mean, I don't know, at least it buys you a Bugatti or something. I don't know. If it goes up $5, $10, it makes a big difference because the costs are fixed, right? Whether you sell it for $45 a barrel or $55 a barrel, it's the same barrel with the same oil you pulled out of ground a month ago, right? So nothing changes. You just make more money. So you would think that they're incentivized just to do a deal, even if they know it's impossible, even if they're all looking at each other like, yeah, there's no way any of this is going to stick, right? They know it's not going to work. It's still, they're incentivized to tell everybody there's a deal, right? So if they know they're going to cheat each other, why not cheat us? Right? And again, it's just that's how it goes. It's right. So that's why I think they'll come out with some sort of deal. They'll work till midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. They'll stay an extra day, right? And then boom, some sort of deal. And this goes to $55 a barrel, and within 3 months we're all the way back. That's kind of my thought. German CPI 0.1. That's overwhelming, Germany. Holy smokes. You better put a lid on that. Right? Holy smokes, out of control. $0.1 month over month CPI out of Germany. Year over year, 0.8. Yup. I guess it's better than negative 0.8, huh? You got to look on the upside. So yeah, I don't know if Euro's going to move on that or not. But anyways, I'm a bear on oil. If this falls, I want to sell it. If it rises, I want to sell it. Well, I'm talking oil. I suppose I got to be careful. This is CAD. So if oil, I don't know. This eventually should be up. So I'm a buyer here, or maybe I'm a buyer here, or breakout pullback. I'm a buyer there. Okay. Baltic Dry Index up 1.5%, 1,202 points. 6 months ago or a year ago, that was like 490. which was ridiculous because I didn't even know the index went that low. So 1200 is good, but it should be like 2000. So anyways, but that's a very big improvement. No, what happened, Freddie boy? Did they scrap a whole bunch? No, didn't see that. Seems to me that when I cry. Yeah, you can see USD yen over here. I want it to go up. Gold, still sort of the same move as before, right? I had it going down and then it coming up. Then based on the roll reversal, which we did yesterday, you would expect it to fall lower. And well, it's not lower, but we're here, right? We're going, eh? Oh, come on, Bubba. Come on, Bubba. There we go. Oh, there we go. Nope. There we go. So let's take a closer look on this. It's 4 hour. Let's go into the 60 min. Okay, so there's the top, and I need the pivot. So it's not quite M3. I don't know how you want to play. It's not really a weekly pivot at all. So still, green zone would be the target, right? Conservatively. We'll put it down there. Doesn't seem to be the pivot in play, however. Suppose I can get rid of the fibber so it's not so confusing. Oops. Okay. So if you want this to go down, you got to pick your lines. Selling here at support would be pretty dumb. You should mark it at least, right? But it should break, pull back, break. That's if it's trending. If it doesn't break this, then we're not trending, are we? But I would assume we're breaking. Yeah, well, so Kareem's also long on USD yen. Yeah, I'm on like 3 or 4 positions, and we got to get through 113, don't we? And that's not going to be easy. And there's a little bit of potential divergence forming on the 4 hour and even daily. So if the 4 hour divergence kicks off of a double top on the 4 hour, then that brings our daily down to Chinatown. That's way downtown. So we'll see on that one. Here's your peso. Getting pretty close to the end of the month, don't you think? All that means is in the next few days, when is the actual last day of the month? Tomorrow? So somewhere between now and Friday, okay? Friday is often payday, don't you think? Um, that peso will get strong for a little bit. I don't think we're going to reverse this trend, but at least not up. Okay. Yes, Thursday's the first, but it always comes down to like when do you get paid? So maybe Friday is the second. So if you get paid on Friday and you send money home, And maybe it's a Friday move this month. You never really quite know, so you have to kind of have some intuition involved. You know what I'm talking about? So you could say, for example, I want to be watching the 2070 idea. So you drop into what, a 15er? And then you could do things like, all right, so if, what? And then you can do things like, I guess you can include that. So you might get it down, a lower high, lower low, and at some point you got to get on the glue train. But notice this touch at 2070, which we know going back to like a 4 hour, is clearly a top. Clearly, clearly, clearly. So I don't know how much you're front running, you know, rumor of a peso appreciation, but that is definitely resistance. So you might say bearish engulfing candle, lower high, lower low. Like for example, if you're super aggressive, you do something like this. Because of the bearish engulfing candle here, not just because it's there, but because it's right off your resistance, then your next goal is to sell the next rally up, which would probably be about there, and then you dump it. Okay? And your stop is up here, and you're not risking a lot. But you are trading a pattern. Resistance, bearish engulfing, right? Which confirms other people are trading the resistance. Lower high, lower low. What? Nick says, doesn't oil price? Yeah, but you're mixing things. Okay, you have to keep your trade plans solid and focused. Yes, generally speaking, because of the amount of oil that Mexico exports, oil prices going up or down will affect fundamentally the value of the Mexican peso. However, this has nothing to do with that. So you have to like break it down to the trade. What's your trade, boy? Right? What's your trade, son? The trade is repatriation between now and Friday based on payday and Mexicans in the United States sending money home back to mom and dad and wife and kids to the tune of 2.5 billion US dollars. That's all it is. Is there, well, what about the fundamentals and what about Trump and what about the adoption rate of stray dogs in Tijuana? I don't know. All of it's irrelevant. There's only one thing. You front run the repatriation flows or you don't, right? So that's what your trade plan is, and that's what you put it together. And then when it's done, you're done. There's no follow on. There's no second chance. It either moves or it don't. Okay. But the OPEC, no, that none of that. No. So right. Else. Not that trade. What we have outlined here. And it may move today, it may move tomorrow, it may move Friday. I don't know which one. So you either are ready to trade it specifically on the flow or you don't. Sure, OPEC might screw it up. Great. Oil prices could fall or rise and screw that up. Great. Fine. So you don't make money this month on that trade. But you still, when you're talking about the trade plan, you have a very, very clear idea of what your plan is. That's right. Brian says, if you're a migrant worker, right, you're sending money home, it doesn't matter. Now, the other things may kind of dilute the impact $2.6 billion flow creates. All right. but you don't know. I mean, so you set it up and you take the shot or you don't, right? Now, I have a feeling Mexicans would never drink Corona in Mexico. It's sort of like I grew up in Canada, and then I moved to the United States, and they're like, oh, do you drink Moosehead beer? I'm like, what's Moosehead beer? It's from Canada. Hey, you hoser. I'm like, you're such an idiot, dude. Yeah, no, I never, I don't, I probably now have had at one point a Moosehead beer, but it's one of those things. Rolling Rock. Yeah, it's good. It's good bear. Yeah, it is good bear. I was born in Ontario, raised in Saskatchewan, so I'm a killer. That's right. So, anyways, that's the anatomy of a trade plan, right? You have this idea, you have this theory. It's based on fact. It's based on research, right? We either get the flow in a world where maybe the market is generally thin. Well, maybe it's not thin right now, but if it is generally thin, the Mexican peso for a day or two or a week, I never really know, gets strong. And it kind of depends if the peso is already strong or if it's already weak, and we know it's very weak. So I wouldn't expect much out of this move unless it's overbought and all of a sudden a repatriation flow down here knocks everybody out of their long, and all of a sudden, boom, we nail it. So I don't really know, but a plan is a plan, right? I can tell you, just imagine there's someone with the finger on the trigger with $2.6 billion ready to go to buy the Mexican peso in the next 72 hours. Do I know when? No. Do I know why? Yes. And I know when I'm interested and I know when I'm not interested. So a 72-hour window is pretty specific, right? So that's what that is. You have a little bit of alpha. And maybe there's just a ton of idiots on here still trading the peso on the Trump effect, and we wipe them out on the repatriation flow that scares them. They're like, oh my God, I'm short the peso, but the peso's getting strong. Out, 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 out. And there's tons of idiots that bought it right at resistance, right? I mean, that's just how it works, right? So we scare these guys out like I've already drawn, down, up, and down. And so maybe if we get the opportunity to short up here, maybe it lasts for a week or a month. It can happen. It has happened. Do I expect it? No, but it can, right? So you take the shot or you're not. You're not a believer, dude. Right? Everyone's thinking Trump's gonna build a wall. Yeah. That's why I don't listen. It's all nonsense. It's absolutely all gobbledygook. You got to make your own decisions based on your own analysis, right? All right. Boom. You gonna trade Noki? Oh, I see it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Boop, 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 boop. You see how this is an important change? And then when you're looking at this is a daily chart. Look how important it is that there's pullbacks into the colors, into the ribbons, right? Back into the ribbons, and then look at this huge crossover. See how that's important? And all of a sudden, the ribbons are above, not below. Look, no one below. Big pullback, big pullback. Now there's, right? Now there's nothing under our feet. And now the ribbons are above us, pushing us down and should continue pushing down, right? Right? Of course, you could do a projection if you want. 50%, 1382. Yeah, I'm good with that. What do you think? It's plausible, isn't it? And it's one of these things like, even if you're a bull and you think this is nonsense, you can't buy until we're above the ribbons and pull back. Okay? At least you could look at this and say, not now. Okay? But that's a pretty important message though too, isn't it? The other interesting thing is if you're short, you're earning a carry, aren't you? Maybe this is the world's greatest carry trade. As long as it's not moving, you're making money. Where's my mouser? Right? Lower low, double top, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Uh-oh. But that's just a macro, right, move, right? Lower low, lower high, lower. So like if you survived, your first stops could be here, right? And then once you get through this low, you move you know, assuming you've added more, your stops now move here. Okay, and now if this makes one more run down, all your stops are like here, right? So you could have a whole bunch here and a whole bunch here, and you're just moving all your stops. Because that's one way to manage it. Imagine you had 10 trades based on just these moves, and they're just scattered throughout all of this. You move all your stops. Oops, come on now. Move all your stops from up there, from here, and from here, whatever. They're you move them all to this move and say, as long as we're below here, I'm going to keep adding short because you are bearish on the euro and you like the carry of the Kiwi, and that's that. And then lower low, you feel really good. Lower high, it retests. A little nervous in this area, but right. But you might have added a second trade here, and of course one up there. So now you got about 5 or 6 trades on. And then once this starts heading down, right, you move these stops. And right, but now you got all these stops here. And when that makes a lower low, you're going to wait for the new lower high, which is probably going to kick off these lows and then drops, and then you move all these stops down. And you just keep doing that until you get a higher high and game over. You know what I mean? Why is that best, Nick? Well, it couldn't have the best carry since the UK has higher interest rates than the euro and Switzerland and stuff. Yeah, James, it can be, absolutely. My best trading years are when I'm in trades for 5 or 6 months. Yeah, well, also the value of the pound and the value of the Kiwi relative to each other and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so like if this made that low, you're going to get this, right, and then down. Each one's probably going to be flatter than the next. Sort of like this, straight up, straight up, straight up, straight up, sideways, 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 kind of up, sideways, sideways, right? So that's just one way of doing it, right? Yeah, not so. Yeah, the going back to the 5 month trades. Yeah, but that's because I planned on doing that. And the funny thing is, it takes. I bet you it takes 2 or 3 months to really catch the trade that you can be in for that long. But at that time of year, I'm preparing you to how do you say? I mean, to plan for it. So you know well in advance that that's what you're going to do. You're going to be in that trade for 5 months, or you're going to lose 1 pip. Your stop's going to be at -1, and you're either going to lose a pip or going to be in it for 5 months. This year, with the election, it moved late, and then there was an overreaction to like the Clinton victory, or right, or the Trump, I guess maybe victory, and people dumped, and then it popped or whatever. But the volatility around the U.S. election may have taken you out of all those beautiful trades, and I don't know if you jumped back in, but on a normal, any given year, I know I'm going to do it months in advance. And when you can get that done, you have an exceptional year. And when you can't get that done, when you get shaken out of it, like, like an election or whatever the case may be, you don't have as good of a year because you're going to spend most of your time on smaller trades. Okay. But it's all about planning. Okay, we're about 4 minutes now to US GDP and PCE. Yeah, maybe. Or, James, to say it differently, because if you say it that way, it feels like it can't be done unless you've been, um, unless there's divine intervention or something, right? And of course there isn't. Um, it's simply the plan, and you've picked your lines, and you're waiting, and you're ready, and you're like, this is the right price for a particular reason. This is the right time of year for the seasonalities and all that kind of stuff, right? And then you get the trade, you get profitable, you move your stop, and then you totally forget about it. And I've actually recommended, James, several times where you open up a trading account and all you do is carry trade on it. And you open up your platform once a week and you enter your trades or whatever, you drop your stop, and then you shut it down. A week or two later, if you're up 300 pips, move your stop to like break even, turn it off. A couple more weeks goes by, you're 600 pips profitable. Start preparing for the dip, identify levels of support, and be prepared to buy again into those dips. Right? But you have to turn them off. Yeah, you have to be able to walk away. It's literally forget about it. Set it and forget it. Seems to me that when I cry. All right, so we're just getting ready for GDP. I guess it's good enough, right? You got USD CAD over here. Want that to go up. Gold here. Want that to go down. USD yen here. Want that to go up. USD Mexican peso. No, I don't build position short, Ryan. No. And there's also a bounce between January and April. Okay, those are two different trades. You're when you say do you build short positions on yen January to April, you're talking about two different trades in one sentence. So the answer to that is no. And of course, the idea of positions, no, that's not necessarily the case either. I may swing trade, but I'm not building positions because that costs me money. Right? Yes, that right, but just not building positions. It's a okay. Here we go. 3.2 better than expected. Whoop whoop whoop. Go dollar. See a gold. Wouldn't want to be a gold. I'm going down in a burning ring of fire. So USD kitty cat should be up. Goldie should be down. USD yen should be up. We're through the 13. Look at that. Just made 20 something pips on the USD yen. Go, Bubba, go. Go, go, go. Yeah, but if you study the charts, Ryan, I think you'll find that there's a February bounce and a March rejection, and there are logical reasons for that. Core PCE as expected. But non-core, as it should be in the normal world, is higher. 2.8 versus 2.3. GDP 3.2 versus 3.0. That's good because there's some inflation in there. The core strips it out. Core came out as expected. Okay, come on, Baba. Go, 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 go. Run, 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 run. Go, 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 go. Gold trying to break lower. Lufle. Right? Remember, down and then up. So let's guess on this one. All right, let's guess, like, what do you think about here? What do you think? Smell like a plan? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. USD Kitty Cat looking real nice. Real nice. Cool. So yeah, yesterday I was laughing, right? Somewhere in here, I guess it was later in the day. I don't know, wasn't it? Well, I don't remember it being London. Somewhere in here, Pelosi was talking, and I look at the CAD, and the CAD's strong. I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. So, anyways, that's nice to have a bias, though. I'm telling you, I don't know when it'll kick in for you guys. I tell you every day to form a bias. The nice thing about a bias is when you see a pair like this moving in the wrong direction, you just laugh. You're like, what kind of idiot? What kind of idiot is trading that? And then you're like, yeah, so, the bottom, that's where you want it. So this going up, this dollar strength, but, what happens if OPEC can't do a deal? You know, Houston, we're ready for launch. No, I meant lunch. Damn it. I drive all night. Keep back. Oh. Someone tried again, sold it at 2070. That makes it, hopeful. That makes it very hopeful for tomorrow. We'll see. If it launches up, then it's going to go to the next level. But if it stays below this orange line, be interesting because that means people are they're still eager to get short this for tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow's the last day of the month. The day after is the first day of the month. Day after is the first Friday of the month, and all of those could be payday. Keep me warm in time. Oh, USD Kitty Cat on the central pivot. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop. Right, here we go. So this is the big test. It's funny I have it here. I didn't even see it a second ago. I had to look at it on a different screen. Yeah. Oh, shalaka laka. Probably not a coincidence we're stuck there, huh? Been waiting for this moment for all my life. Been waiting for CAD. No, that's not it. Running after cats like chasing the clouds. That doesn't work at all. That's trying to fit a round peg in a square hole. So pretty nice. So Dudley from the FOMC, he's a voter, in fact. He's in Puerto Rico right now, and he says, hey, guess what, Puerto Ricans? You guys are probably in depression. Ho! Nice. You thought the rest of the world sucked. You guys are in depression. That must feel good, real good. So I don't think I've been in a depression before. I think I should go to Puerto Rico. What do you think? I'll take I'll take a YouTube video of me in depression on the beach, drinking rum, smoking a cigar, like, look at me, I'm in depression. A foreigner's right, a foreigner's experience in depression. Yeah, sounds so sad, right, Nick? All right, this is there's so much glare. So the CAD loving the central pivot. USD yen is not reacting the way, so this is some CAD move. Slightly decent, okay news out of CAD as well, but I don't know. I think this is just that central pivot. Move to a bigger chart if your 15's giving you noise. Running after you. I don't see any OPEC news. Keeping my eye out for that. Portugal just cut their GDP forecast for the year, so they're doing it in real time. Things are worse than they thought. So wow, be careful there. Holy smokes, what's going on, CAD? I don't see it in some of the. Well, I guess there's a little bit of move now on the dollar. So this is where decisions are made, man. Right? You're either going to buy it or you ain't. Where's the 21? So either. Wow, that's scary though. That's called a hanging man. Was it oil just hitting technical 46.50 on the oil? But it's amazing how it's right off of the weekly central for CAD. Story of my life. Oh, I'll drive all night. Keep her warm in tongue. So I have it going up to here and then down. It's pretty close. Is this a big deal? This area here, daily S2, I guess. 46. We're just tickling the 46. Yeah, who cares? Let's bring her down to 43. Let's get her done. Who cares about the 46? Let's get down to 43. Let's get down to beeswax. At least 44 or 45, but 46, who cares about 46? So let's go down to 45 today. So you have it as daily S1. Hey, Rudy, I have it as daily S2. Am I wrong? Wait, now it does say daily S1. Hang on. It is daily S1. For some reason, I thought it said S2. Cool. Waiting for this moment all of my life. I don't remember what this was. What does that do? Yeah, well, it might just be people getting, you know, trying to sucker you in. Anyone that is expecting oil to get strong would sell right where CAD got weak. Again, looking at a daily central, that is a weekly central. We know between the weekly central and the weekly M3 is a sell zone if you're a bear. It's just, that's it. It's just a fact. There's nothing else to it. So they're there. It was just we were supposed to break through them. Right? But it hasn't happened yet. I know this is pretty messy, but let me go to an hour. Okay. So the sell zone, oh, I don't want to change colors. I guess I'll use triangle. The sell zone on this is that weekly central here to weekly M3, which is up here. Okay. That whole area is a sell if you're a bear. And somebody's done it. Is there enough there to actually get it done, or are there lots of bulls? Well, if there's lots of bulls, they're preparing to buy in here. Okay. But right now, it ain't happening, is it? My USD yen is stuck on a weekly M3, but it seems fine. It seems poised. It kind of looks like it wants to break. It's not falling apart. So the yen has remained weak. And there's been like Kiwi and Aussie and now even CAD, so commodities are trying to recover. So maybe if you're trying to be long US dollar, maybe you should not be exposed to commodity currencies, especially with OPEC. And we talked about it again very clearly yesterday. There's likely to be news that makes it strong, and then news that makes it weak, and then news that makes it strong, and then news that makes it weak. And you could be all over the place. So if you don't want to be, and it's not just oil, it could affect all commodities, all commodity currencies. And if you don't want that volatility, don't trade commodity currencies. And that includes Noki, right? That includes peso, that includes Denmark if you want, right? That kind of stuff. So if you want consistency in your trading, maybe just be short Japanese yen on everything, because that's what you're supposed to be doing this time of year anyways. So hey man, I got to roll. I've had 9 cups of coffee. Nature's calling. But thank you for being on my team. Um, I'll be here tomorrow. I hope you will be too. Yeah, see, my USD yen is Oscar Mike again. We're approaching 30. We were stuck at 80. Then it went to 90. Then it went to 00. Then it went to 10, and then it went to 20. And now we're back to 30. And you know, so this the CAD strength versus US dollar is definitely related to commodities. So, hey, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being a client of TradersWay.com. And if you haven't opened an account yet or even a demo, then please do so now. I think it's only fair. I don't think it's asking too much. May the pips be with you.